So, imagine you are tasked with guarding a nation's crown jewels. You'd probably build a fortress, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Walls of steel, high-tech scanners, the works.
Exactly. The security is intense because, well, the monetary value is astronomical. But what if you're guarding something that has like almost zero financial value, yet it holds a spiritual gravity so immense it literally dictated who got to be king?
It is such a fascinating concept.
It really is, and that is exactly what we're unpacking today. We're serving as your guides for an upcoming tourist trip to Sri Lanka, doing a deep dive into the official site and direct visitor reviews for the Sri Dalada Maligawa, which is better known as the Temple of the Sacred Tooth Relic.
It's a phenomenal site to explore if you're heading there. We're really looking at this fascinating intersection where ancient architecture meets raw nature, all built around a very profound historical mystery.
Right, and that mystery sits right at the center of this massive, intricate complex. The whole thing was built to enshrine one single, tiny object, the left canine tooth of Gautama Buddha.
Yeah, just a tooth.
It's wild. You literally have to go through airport-style security scanners to get in, all to protect a tooth.
We have to understand the historical weight behind that security. For centuries in Sri Lanka, whoever held this specific tooth held the divine right to rule.
Wait, really? Like an actual political mandate?
Exactly. It wasn't just a holy relic, it was the ultimate political mandate. The belief was that the tooth carried the living essence of the Buddha. So, possessing it meant you had divine backing to govern.
Wow, so it's no wonder they guarded it so closely.
Right. That's why previous kingdoms would constantly build these specific royal shrines. They're called Dalada Mandira, just to house it. What you are visiting today is basically the combination of an uninterrupted lineage of royal protection, which, by the way, earned it UNESCO World Heritage status back in 1988.
That creates a massive architectural problem, though. Like, how do you build a fortress impenetrable enough to protect the ultimate political prize, but, accessible enough for devotees to actually worship there?
Yeah, that tension is solved by its unique Kandyan architectural style. You see all these intricate carvings made of gold, silver, bronze, and ivory.
Which are gorgeous, by the way.
Oh, absolutely stunning. But it's not just about expensive decoration. It's about structural storytelling and function. For instance, the signature steeply sloping wooden roofs. Those were specifically designed to quickly shed heavy monsoon rains.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and the raised platforms physically elevate the relic above the common ground, symbolizing its supreme status over everyday life.
Looking at the map of the grounds, it also feels like a deliberate architectural sandwich. Like, to the east, it's flanked by the raw wilderness of the Udawatha Kalaya Forest Reserve. But then to the north, you have the ancient royal palace, and to the south, Kandy Lake, also known as Kirimuhuda. It's like the temple is acting as a physical bridge between the untamed power of nature and the earthly power of the monarchy.
It really is a masterclass in spatial design. You are standing literally at the crossroads where the natural world meets the human kingdom.
I am struggling to reconcile the vibe here, though. You just mentioned this deep historical reverence, but we also talked about airport-style security. And the sources mention massive tourist crowds, plus like Wi-Fi for foreign devotees. Doesn't all that modern noise completely shatter the spiritual atmosphere?
You'd think so, right? But the visitor reviews consistently report the exact opposite.
Really? How so?
Well, yes, the mornings get incredibly busy, but visitors say the physical environment actually overrides the crowds. It's a complete sensory shift.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you have the cool breeze rolling off Kandy Lake, the overwhelming scent of fresh lotus blossoms and jasmine from the offerings, the rhythmic sound of traditional drumming. It creates a calming energy that visitors say physically grounds them.
I guess that makes the practical tourist tips from the reviews make a lot more sense. They say to grab the audio guides and use the 3D navigation boards, not just to find your way, but to actually decode what you're looking at, like understanding why a specific ivory carving was placed over a doorway.
Right, because otherwise you might just walk right past it. And if you really want to experience that sensory shift, multiple reviews highly recommend timing your visit for the 6:30 p.m. evening puja.
And just to clarify, for anyone who hasn't been, a puja isn't just a quiet prayer session. It's a highly active, sensory act of worship involving offerings, chanting, and music.
Spot on. At dusk, the temple lights up, the drumming echoes across the lake, and the whole atmosphere just comes alive.
That sounds incredible.
It is. It leaves you with this almost surreal thought to ponder before your trip. When you stand in that courtyard, You are in a space where modern amenities like logging onto the temple Wi-Fi intersect perfectly with daily, deeply sensory rituals that haven't been interrupted for centuries.
It really is the ultimate spiritual fortress. It's not locked away in some dead, quiet museum exhibit. It's breathing, living, and vibrating with energy right on the edge of the lake.
Beautifully said.
Well, thank you so much for exploring with us today. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Sri Lanka's most sacred mystery, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you'll be notified of all our upcoming travel deep dives.